So,
Good day, everyone. I am the president and owner of Cubby Oil and Energy in Somerville, Mass. I want to first thank John Huber for inviting me to speak today, and I am pleased to be part of this conference and wanted to share my thoughts on the retail heating oil industry in the United States and my personal experience with biodiesel. I also want to echo Eric Slifka's comments from earlier that as an industry here in the United States, we need to embrace change and recognize and capitalize on the opportunities that those changes provide. My company, Cubby Oil and Energy, is a full-service fuel provider in Massachusetts. My company was started by my dad in 1945 with his brothers, and they were delivering ice, coal, and range oil. Today, we deliver bioheat and provide HVAC services to over 6,000 residential and commercial customers in the greater Boston area. Our services include fuel delivery, burner and HVAC maintenance, emergency service, and equipment replacement. Our burner inputs range from 70,000 BTUs to 5,600,000 BTUs per hour. The equipment we service ranges from 55-year-old 1725 standard burners to current edition Carlin, Beckett, and Riello burners, along with Carlin, Beckett, Riello, and PowerFlame commercial burners. We began using biodiesel blended with heating oil about 13 years ago. I was introduced to it by my friend Paul Nazaro, who works with the National Biodiesel Board. What interested me most was the ability to sell a cleaner, greener, more socially acceptable product, but only if it worked in existing equipment. We began with B5, a 5% blend of biodiesel, and after having no service issues, we have continually increased the blending level every couple of years. To that point, I want to take a minute to thank my wholesale partners for providing the products I have requested over the years. They are the most important partners in this effort, and I appreciate their foresight and support. Currently, we blend at B40, 40% biodiesel with heating oil, and deliver this to all customers, both residential and commercial. All of the equipment is performing well with the higher bio blends, and there are no recurring fuel pump, storage tank, or performance issues. We also have a small group of customers that receive exclusively a B50 blend. And this is part of a 2-year study we are participating in with NORA to observe, test, and record the effect of B50 on various legacy equipment. We began the B50 test in September 2019. The equipment in the test group includes a 25-year-old burner, along with newer equipment from Carlin, Riello, and Beckett. All of the equipment in the B50 test group is also performing very well. We included an outside tank to test the cold weather operability of the B50 blend level. But we use an additive for all of our fuel. We also added a pour point depressant that reduces the pour point in our B50 to minus 32.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Thus, here in Boston, we have experienced no cold flow problems when using the additive. We have also experimented with B100 in our own office building. Our building has a 1980 Wheel McLean boiler with a Carlin burner. The fuel has worked with just a few adjustments to lower ohm readings for our CAD cell controls. From a personnel standpoint, it has been critical to educate our technicians and customer service reps on the benefits of bioheat and have them discuss those benefits with customers. If they don't believe in the product, then we have serious problems communicating a positive message to our customers. It has taken time, but they have bought in on bioheat and are great representatives for the product in our company. We also constantly market the benefits of biodiesel to our customers, and it is well received. Consumer sentiment seems to be that they prefer a greener product and appreciate our company taking the lead and providing it to them. Bioheat serves to validate their decision to stay with oil heat. Last fall, we picked up new commercial accounts solely because of the higher bio blends we sell. Our consumers are environmentally conscious and wanting to do what's best for the environment, and we want to keep them burning our fuel. My story is not unique. There are hundreds of fuel dealers across New England and New York that are selling bioheat to their customers voluntarily. NORA has done the testing to prove the products work, while many of us have seen it work in the field. As mentioned earlier, the history of attrition in the heating oil marketplace in the USA over the last 13 years due to natural gas expansion and the branding of heating oil as dirty and old technology is astounding. The slide on the screen shows that between 2007 and 2017, New England lost 447,000 oil-heated homes, or 18% of our market. The Northeast lost 1.6 million homes, or 25% of our market, and the Mid-Atlantic region lost 1.2 million homes, or 30% of their market. The market moved to natural gas, propane, wood pellets, and electricity. Now, as an industry, we face an existential threat from the electrify everything movement. They propose carbon taxes, financial incentives to switch to heat pumps, and the outright elimination of the heating oil industry. States, particularly in the Northeast, have adopted the Global Warming Solutions Act to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by approximately 40% by 2030 and 80% by 2050. In addition to state action, we now face local communities in Massachusetts that attempt to ban all fossil fuel appliances in new construction or even large renovation projects. The appliances include heating, hot water, cooking, and even clothes drying. On a positive note, as mentioned earlier, Massachusetts passed legislation creating an alternative portfolio standard program, incentivizing the use of used cooking oil-based biodiesel at a minimum 10% blend level. The program creates alternative energy credits used to offset the state-mandated obligation of the utilities to use renewable fuel in the production of electricity. The AEC credits are traded on the OTC market and have a financial value. The number of retailers participating in the Massachusetts program has increased to 77 this past year and has resulted in a statewide blend level of close to 4%. In response to all of these threats, the heating oil industry at the Nephi Heat Show in Providence, Rhode Island in September 2019 passed the Providence Resolution, which states that the heating oil industry will voluntarily reduce greenhouse gas emissions in our fuel by 20% in 2023, 40% in 2030, and become net carbon zero in 2050. A task force was convened and is currently producing a roadmap with Kearney Global Management Consultant and over 120 industry stakeholders. The task force is studying all aspects to the transition to a low carbon future, including supply and infrastructure, technical issues, legislative priorities, heat source comparison, and communication priorities. This roadmap will be completed in the next few weeks, and then the implementation stage will begin. So what is our strategy moving forward? Basically, as my friend John Huber loves to say, it is adapt or die. Our industry is moving away from heating oil to become a renewable liquid heating fuel industry that sells bioheat. We need to work with all our representatives to deliver this message effectively and efficiently. First, we will acknowledge the threat of climate change and the need for immediate action to mitigate catastrophic environmental consequences. We want to side with environmentalists. Yes, the oil industry wants to side with environmentalists and recognize that change must occur in the heating sector as soon as possible. That is the key. Timing has to be very, very important in this message. Secondly, we want to demonstrate the science supporting biodiesel as a greenhouse gas reduction fuel and its availability now. Again, we want to reiterate that time is of the essence and we can deliver results now. Our strategy is to educate consumers, legislators, and regulators on the ability of our industry to deliver significant greenhouse gas emission reductions quickly, efficiently, in a cost-effective way to all consumers across every socioeconomic band. To our industry, equity matters. We will illustrate that with no equipment modifications, unlike expensive heat pump conversions, we can achieve the first and second of our target reduction levels quickly and with little or no cost to consumers. We will also illustrate the limitations of the electric grid and the fallacy of the electrify everything movement, which will require huge investments in the existing electric grid infrastructure to handle the increased load and demands of a shift to a winter peaking load from a summer peaking load. And finally, we will remind legislators and regulators that time is running out and we have the solution now. Though there is a lot of work to do, I am confident that our new renewable liquid fuel industry will be part of the future energy mix here in the United States. We have come together as an industry like never before, wholesalers, retailers, and equipment manufacturers to support our industry's future. And with science, logic, and a deliverable solution on our side, I am confident we will prevail.